Well, people always want to know what is there to do. There is a lot in our area, and we're going to focus now on the Grand Lake St. Mary's area, the Grand Lake region. And joining us today, Executive Director of Ohio's Grand Lake region, Matthew Stogler. And thanks for coming today.
Thanks so much, Holly.
You know, we don't realize sometimes what we have in our own backyard, and your area is an example of that.
Yeah, we had a record year for visitors last year. You know, we worked very closely with our hoteliers to try to fill up those rooms. On average, a day trip visitor spends about $120 a day, which is great. We love that. But an overnight visitor spends over $300. So the more of those folks you can get packed in our hotels, the better for our local economy. And we had a 23% increase in hotel stays in 2024.
That's awesome.
It was just an amazing year for us.
And you want to continue that this year, but I mean, you guys have been doing some stuff. I mean, let's not talk about the algae because you're working on that, but I mean, you're building things. We have that, what'd you call it, a Broadway Boardwalk Village.
Yeah.
I mean, just so many neat things happening in the area.
And I think that's what's helped drive a lot of that new focus on our area, are all the investments that's happened in our region. You know, the Armstrong Museum in Wapakoneta has, redone, a lot of the interior parts of the museum. Boardwalk Village continues to expand, and I think that focus on those investments and the health of the lake, all of the improvements that have been made for wetlands around the lake. They cleaned up 600 million gallons of water last year before it got to the lake, filtering through those wetlands. Their goal this year is to filter 1 billion gallons, and that. All of that is taking out those bad things before they even get to the lake. So the work's not done. It's an ongoing thing, but we should celebrate those things. The lake is as clean as it's ever been. And I always say, nature is sort of that first indicator. We've got the pelicans that are on the lake.
I love those pelican pictures that you see on Facebook.
They've been, on our lake for 3 or 4 years now. They keep coming back. The population keeps growing, and we have more bald eagles than ever before on the lake. We've got 20 nesting pairs is the latest count. A lot of them have had little eaglets now this summer. We've got so many great photographers on social media who are taking photos of those eagles. And if you're on a boat out on the lake, there's a good chance you're going to see them out and about. So it's a huge attraction for us.
Right, yeah. I mean, boating, camping. I mean, you guys have a great campground there, and just so many things. I mean, St. Mary's, all the things around the lake. Families can just really enjoy it, or it could just be, couples time too, but I mean, it's whatever you want.
Families are a huge target, for us. That's what a lot of our marketing goes to, is targeting those families who are looking for that close getaway. For people who maybe don't want to make that drive to Florida or something like that. We've got sort of Key West, in our own backyard here in West Ohio. So yeah, it works out really well.
See, that is awesome. And that's what I think people need to realize is it's right here, and you have dreams for the future, right? I mean, just keep building on this?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually just rebranded, and part of that rebrand was to start telling that story a little bit better. When we were in the ideation phase of that new brand, the concept of space kept coming up a lot. Obviously, if you know anything about Mercer-Douglas counties, agriculture is a big part of who we are. Lots of wide open spaces. But then we've got Grand Lake St. Mary's, the largest inland lake in Ohio, plenty of space to stretch out and soak up the sun. And then on the other side of the region in Wapakoneta, we literally have a piece of space at the Armstrong Air and Space Museum. So this summer we're inviting people, our visitors, to come find the sun and the moon in Ohio's Grand Lake region. And so we're the only place in the world that can say that. You've got a lake on one side of the area, and then literally the moon on the other side. So anything that we can do that highlights the uniqueness of our destination, we're going to do that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's such a cool thing. I mean, what a fun thing to be able to do as part of your job.
And it's been so well received so far. We launched that brand on April 1st. Our social media reach is up 88% so far. Web traffic's up 26%. So people are connecting with that brand, and we're excited to see what that looks like going into the future.
Well, and they've been talking to uncertainty with the economy, and people don't want to go too far away. That's what makes it perfect for you.
We are the perfect kind of 2 to 4 hour radius if you're looking for that, again, that sort of beach getaway, or just that place to just breathe and relax a little bit.
Right.
You can find that in our region.
Yeah. People love to get away and enjoy water and things like that. And who doesn't love to learn about Neil Armstrong? I mean, for heaven's sakes.
Exactly.
It's just really a good combination.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's what we're leaning into with that new brand. And like I said, it's been really well received. So you'll see more of that all throughout the summer. And then as we move into 2026 as well, we're already making plans for that too.
That's awesome. Well, summer and fall, we have great falls around here too,
We do.
so you can like really capitalize on that too.
Yes.
Fun things. We're going to hear about bigger numbers next year.
Hopefully, yes. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for coming today. Good
Thanks,
to see
Holly.
you.
You too.
All right, don't go away. We'll check out the weather forecast next.